Hey y'all, I wanted to do a quick video about random sampling and talk about three ways that you can do it, ending with kind of the best way, in my opinion. So first of all, we've got this data here going from A2 to A251. So we got a lot of numbers to choose from. And just to be clear, right, these represent individual people. And so what I'm sort of thinking about mentally is I got a room with 250 people in it, and I'm trying to pick, however many. I'm gonna go with 20 people. Um, and so how do I randomly do that? I mean, if I was just sort of walking around the room, touching people on the shoulder until I got to 20, that would be a way to do it. If I am trying to abstract this to working here, I've got my numbers listed here. So how can I just randomly select some numbers? And you might say to yourself, well, I'll go here, then I'll pick this one, I'll pick this one, then I'll pick this one. And that might feel kind of random, but it's not really random in the sense that I'm sort of picking something from this group and then I'm picking another thing from this group. And I may not be good at doing randomness mentally. I think it's worth noting that this site, random.org, talks about how even computer programs, which were designed by humans, are many times pseudo-random. Um, and so it can be challenging to get actual random numbers. I would say the first way to generate random numbers would be to go using something like random.org and say, I'm going from the number 2 to 251, and I just want you to tell me a random number. And then I've selected that person, so I can highlight 238 and boom. And now I can say, do it again. This is picking without replacement. So once I pick number 147, then I would be, that person's not there anymore. I've already selected them. So I'm looking for 20 people. I think you can see the problem here is going to be that this is very tedious. I've only picked 3 people so far. 149. Now I've picked 4 people. And this is going to take me some time to find 20 people. I do think that there's a tool in here that is going to give me 20 random numbers between 2 and 251 and format it, sure. And then I've got my numbers, and then I can just go through and I can, peg them out. But again, this is a little time consuming. It'd be nice to get these numbers in order and then, systematically kind of identify which ones I've picked. There's a better way to do it. That's the good news. But that would be a good, true random way to do it. So using the power of Excel, there's this function called rand, which generates a random number. Again, is it really random or is it pseudo-random? We don't know, but it looks pretty random. It's all these digits. And basically, I could use this column to order things. Notice that every time I type, I'm just going to type hey in here, and I press enter, all of those numbers are going to change. And so what that allows me to do is it allows me to do something in Excel and then sort these numbers, and then this list will change. So right now, let's just take my top 20 here. Draw a line here. I'm going to draw a line here just so I can see easily. This is the 20th. Okay, so from here up is 20. So this is before I've done any sorting at all. And I'm just going to set it up so that I have the average. This will allow me to kind of see that the sample that I'm picking is really different. So one way to do it would be to select columns A and B, go to sort and filter, sort smallest to largest. And then the problem is that I've got to do custom sort because you'll see that what happened was it sorted A by default. Now, if I wanted to have it sort with the first column, which is the default. I could switch the order of the columns, sort smallest to largest, and then I've got myself 20 numbers, and that should be a different mean. Okay, good. So that's one option. The sort and filter, depending on the form of Excel that you're using, is it the app version? Is it Chromebooks? This may not be easily visible. In fact, if I just make this a little bit smaller, then I don't get to see that, and that can be annoying. Maybe you're working side by side on something, and now you're like, I don't see this sort and filter. So there's another option, which is that, and let me put this back to where it was. Take this out. And I think this is the best option. You can highlight both of these, stick a filter on, and then in the filter dropdown, you have a sort smallest to largest. And because I put these together in the filter, it will actually sort both columns. So now I'm getting 20 values, copy and paste it over. Notice that that's already changed. Sort smallest to largest, resort. I'm going to go ahead and run this average out so I can just show you how quickly I can generate a bunch of different samples. Sort smallest to largest. Sort smallest to largest. Sort smallest to largest. Sort smallest to largest. And one more time. So you can see that I quickly generated, I don't know how many samples this is. I'm going to use autofill to do it instead of counting. I quickly generated 10 samples. It would have taken me quite a long time using random.org, but using this filter method and then the built-in sort method, it makes it pretty simple. And that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to randomly select 20, 30 numbers, whatever, and you want to be able to do it relatively quickly, but in a way that reliably generates fairly random results here. Okay, hope that was helpful.